What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Thursday, July 31st, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or our Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO, and on Twitter at The Enter Report. Here's the latest on the beef between Pirates of the Caribbean star Orlando Bloom and pop singer Justin Bieber. Bieber's on and off again girlfriend Selena Gomez says she never done the nasty with Orlando Bloom, and she has absolutely zero to do with his raging battle against her ex-boyfriend Justin Bieber. Sources directly connected to Selena told TMZ the reason she was with Orlando back in March is because their manager organized an event for his clients at We Day in Oakland. As for the widely circulated photo of Orlando and Selena at a Chelsea Handler show in LA a few weeks later, it was nothing more than a smoke break. They were actually with their respective groups of friends and happened to be next to each other when the pic was snapped. Now, Bloom and ex-wife Miranda Kerr are still tied together by the people they appear to have dated. It's a bizarre love square. Orlando has been getting cozy in the last few days on a boat in Ibiza with a woman named Erica Packer. Now, Erica was married to media mogul billionaire James Packer. James and Erica separated in September 2013. Orlando and Miranda separated in October 2013. Overseas media has reported in December James was romantically linked to Miranda. It's interesting because all four of them were friends while the marriage were intact. James and his best friend David Jignall got into a fistfight in March during which David confronted James about his treatment of Erica, and Miranda was mentioned. Both James and David were fined $500 each for bad behavior. For Orlando Bloom and Erica Packer, they continued Thursday night hanging together out at a restaurant in Formentera, Spain. Meanwhile, Justin Bieber was spotted on a yacht in Ibiza with Australian model Janina Shaylik. Shaylik, who Instagrammed a few shots from the boat, was born and raised in Melbourne and has done modeling work for the likes of Vivienne Westwood and Chanel. She dated model and actor Tyson Beckford for years until their breakup in 2013. There's no evidence Justin was involved with their split, so he should be safe. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, Utah Jazz basketball player Trey Burke, and rapper Waka Flocka Flame have found themselves in an unusual partnership as defendants in a lawsuit. O'Neal, Burke, and Waka Flocka Flame, real name Jaquan Melfors, are being sued by a man who suffers from a rare ailment, who says that the trio mocked his photo on social media, the Detroit Free Press reports. In a lawsuit filed in the Macomb County, Michigan courtroom on Wednesday, Jamil Binion claims that the trio made fun of Binion's unusual appearance, which is caused by a rare disorder. Binion suffers from ectodermal dysplasia, which has left him with an inability to sweat and affects his teeth and hair. According to the suit, the trio posted, quote, offensive communications that reached more than 8.4 million readers, causing severe emotional distress to Binion. The defendants' communications clearly imply that the plaintiffs was an appropriate object of mockery, ridicule, and shame. The defendants' communications had the effect of lowering the plaintiff's reputation in the eyes of those who respect the views and opinions of the defendants, the lawsuit claims. The defendants' communications were false because the plaintiff's medical condition is not an appropriate reason for mockery, ridicule, and shame. O'Neal and Burke subsequently reached out to apologize to Binion by phone, and all three published mea culpas on Twitter, but Binion told the Oakland Press in May that he doubted the sincerity of their apology. Binion said, when they said sorry, I felt like they were saying it to get the pressure off of them for being considered bad people. Even though I accepted their apology, I still hope that they donate to my cause or other organizations that connect with ectodermal dysplasia. The suit, which claims invasion of privacy, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and other allegations, seeks damages in excess of $25,000. Another member of ABC's Good Morning America has been the victim of a stalker. Robin Roberts was the target of a man who threatened to punch her in the face for not paying a debt, and now he's behind bars. 43-year-old Troy Warren was arrested Monday after showing up at the GMA studios 8 times between June 10th and June 24th. A security officer told the NYPD Warren threatened to punch Robin in the face because she owed him money. Warren has been charged with misdemeanor stalking and harassment. This is not the first time an anchor from the popular morning show has been threatened by a stalking fan. A homeless man with a knife showed up to the same Times Square studio on July 1st and threatened Michael Strahan. He was subdued by security before getting near Strahan. Former Scandal star Columbus Short, um, there's a warrant for his arrest. Short was ordered to show Wednesday morning in criminal court for a hearing in his domestic violence case. His wife was asking the judge for more protection from the actor, who is in legal trouble. But Columbus wasn't there, so the judge issued a bench warrant. And TMZ comes to find out that Short chose to go to the Caribbean over court Wednesday. He has been ordered to appear before a judge in his domestic violence case, but was not a no-show. The judge issued an arrest warrant. Columbus was living large at a festival called Fantasy Barbados, a Mardi Gras-like celebration. Nation News on the island got what they could to be the smoking gun for the judge, surely enough to throw the book at the former Scandal star. Sharknado 2, the second one, just took a big bite out of the Nielsen ratings sheet. The spy phenomenon pulled in 3.9 million total viewers on Wednesday. That number is nearly 3 times what the original TV movie got in its debut, with the sequel setting a sci-fi original movie record in the process. As a result, the cable company is replaying it on both Saturday and Sunday. The first Sharknado premiered on July 11, 2013 to nearly 1.4 million total viewers. A sequel was greenlit less than a week later. Due to demand, mostly generated by social media, a second airing of the original one on July 18 scored 1.9 million viewers, representing a 24% uptick from the debut. A third airing continued to rise, pulling in 2.1 million total viewers, making Sharknado the most watched original movie in sci-fi history until now. That time it ran during an all-day Sharkathon festival that also featured Sharktopus, Two-Headed Shark Attack, and Swamp Shark. The then record led to a one-night-only nationwide Sharknado screening in more than 200 movie theaters. It also led Sci-Fi to air the original one final time last August. A production of The Asylum, Sharknado 2 stars Ian Ziering, Tara Reid, Vivica A. Fox, Mark McGrath, Carrie Ruler, and Judah Freelander, and is stuffed with cameos, including those from Kelly Osbourne, Andy Dick, Perez Hilton, Judd Hirsch, Robert Klein, and Kurt Angle. They were joined by Salt and Peppa, Sandra Denton, Biz Markie, Matt Lauer, Al Roker, Kelly Ripa, Michael Strahan, Richard Kind, Kelly Oxford, Billy Ray Cyrus, Will Wheaton, and Robert Hayes. Sharknado 2, the second one, was directed by Anthony C. Ferrante from a screenplay by Thunder Levin. The re-airings will be Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 9 p.m. on Sci-Fi. Jessica Barrymore, the half-sister of Drew Barrymore, whose body was found in a car early Tuesday, likely died from an accidental overdose, according to her brother in an interview he gave for New York Daily News. John Barrymore, who's 60, said, "It looks like it was a drug misadventure, mixing alcohol and pills. I seriously doubt she took her own life." Jessica, who would have turned 48 on Thursday, was discovered unresponsive inside her Toyota Camry early Tuesday. Her car was blocking a driveway in National City, California, just south of San Diego. She was reportedly found with an energy drink between her legs and dozens of white pills on the passenger seat. John also said the car contained empty vodka bottles and a couple bags of meth. John told the Daily News, "My guess is that it was the booze and pills, like with Heath Ledger," him referring to the 20-year-old Academy Award-winning actor's accidental drug overdose in 2008. The medical examiner has not yet released an official cause of death. John Barrymore went on to say that his half-siblings spent almost no time with one another, having reunited once after the passing of their famous actor father. John said, "I don't blame Drew for being terrified of anyone she's related to. Her parents were pretty toxic." In a statement released to People, Drew said of Jessica, "Although I only met her briefly, I wish her and her loved ones as much peace as possible, and I'm so incredibly sorry for their loss." Emily Ratajkowski, the model who parlayed a risque appearance in Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines video into a GQ cover, stamping her the next big thing, and a leading role opposite Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike in David Fincher's Gone Girl, will star alongside Zac Efron in We Are Your Friends, a film that will be directed by Max Joseph, co-star of MTV's Catfish series. Joseph makes his directing debut on the script he wrote with Megan Oppenheimer from a story by Richard Silverman. Working title films partners Tim Bevan and Eric Fendler will produce. Studio Canal is financing, and at this point the company is hanging on to domestic rights. Silverman is executive producer. Efron and Radajowski are set, and Insurgents Johnny Weston, Shiloh Fernandez, and Alex Schaefer are also in various stages of negotiations for a film that starts shooting August 18th in the San Fernando Valley. The film is a coming-of-age drama about finding your voice. It is set in the world of electronic music in the Hollywood nightlife, where an aspiring 23-year-old DJ named Cole spends his days scheming with his childhood friends and his nights working on the one track that will set the world on fire. All of this changes when he meets a charismatic but damaged older DJ named James who takes him under his wings. Things get complicated, however, when Cole starts falling in love for James' much younger girlfriend, Sophie. With Cole's forbidden relationship intensifying and his friendships unraveling, he must choose between love, loyalty, and the future he knows he's destined for. Apple will cut 30% of Beats Music staff over the next year, eliminating redundant positions, and individual with knowledge of the company's plans told The Wrap. None of those employees will lose their jobs right away, but most will be gone within 12 months. Every current Beats employee will go through orientation and start work at Apple. Some offers are transitional in nature and will have set end dates, and Apple will let those employees go over the next few months. Apple acquired Beats for $3 billion in May, and its employees have been in Los Angeles the past couple of weeks meeting with the Beats team. Most of the people losing their jobs hold positions similar to people already on staff at Apple. Apple does not need much more staff from human resources or accounts, among other areas. The hardware side of the business will be An Apple spokesperson said in a statement, "We're excited to have the Beats team join Apple, and we have extended job offers to every Beats employee. Because of some overlap in our operations, some offers are for a limited period, and we'll work hard during this time to find as many of these Beats employees as we can another permanent job within Apple." Of the many criticisms that have plagued legendary director and comedian Woody Allen throughout his illustrious career, one is quantifiable. He has rarely cast actors of color in his films, despite having released a movie every year since 1977. In April, the New York Daily Times fanned the flames of that long-simmering criticism by reporting that the Oscar winner actively did not want to cast any black actors in the Zach Braff starring musical adaptation of Bullets Over Broadway, despite the fact that it takes place in Harlem's Cotton Club. In a new interview in the New York Observer, Allen shot down the accusations of racial bias, but didn't exactly promise to fill his new films with a diverse group of performers. Allen said, "Not unless I write a story that requires it. You don't hire people based on race, you hire people based on who is correct for the part. The implication is that I deliberately not hiring black actors, which is stupid. I cast only what's right for the part. Race, friendship means nothing to me except who is right for the part." He is, however, friendly with several black celebrities, including Chris Rock, who bought him a wedding present. He also considers himself a pal of Spike Lee, who has criticized Allen in the past. He added, "I'm friendly with Spike Lee. We don't socialize, but I don't socialize with anyone. I don't have white friends either." After signing her name to an open letter condemning the Israeli airstrikes on Gaza as genocide, Oscar-winning actress Penelope Cruz has walked back to her stance on the complicated Middle East crisis. The actress said in a statement, "I don't want to be misunderstood on this important subject. I'm not an expert on the situation, and I'm aware of the complexity of it. My only wish and intention in signing that group letter is the hope that there will be peace in both Israel and Gaza." The open letter, also signed by Cruz's husband, Oscar-winning actor himself Javier Bardem, and Oscar-winning director Pedro Almodovar, among other famous figures in the Spanish film industry, was published in Spanish newspapers on Tuesday. The letter said in part, quote, "Gaza is living through horrors these days, besieged and attacked by land, sea, and air. Palestinians' homes are being destroyed. They are being denied water, electricity, and free movement to their hospitals, schools, and fields, while the international community does nothing." In the new statement distancing herself from the letter, Cruz says, "I am hopeful all parties can agree to a ceasefire and there are no more innocent victims on either side of the border. I wish for unity and peace. I believe in a civilization that can be capable of bringing the courage to have a world where humans can live side by side." Michael Keaton's life stinks in the first full trailer for Birdman, an upcoming black comedy about a washed-up actor trying to pull off a Broadway play in an effort to distance himself from his superhero legacy. The preview makes it perfectly clear, however, that Keaton's character can't stop thinking about being Birdman and starts to crack as pressures from the play begin to mount. Alejandro González Iñárritu, who co-wrote and directed Babel, also co-wrote and directed this movie, what promises to be a strange movie about a man struggling to break free of his past and embrace the future, or maybe he'll just descend into madness. Edward Norton, Emma Stone, Naomi Watts, Zach Galifianakis, and Amy Ryan co-star in the Fox Searchlight release that will open the Venice Film Festival and close the New York Film Festival ahead of its October 17 theatrical debut. Now here's an audio clip of the trailer.
How did we end up here? This place is horrible. Smells like balls. We had it all. You were a movie star, remember?
Who is this guy? He used to be Birdman.
I like that poster.
You wrote this adaptation?
I did, yeah.
And you're directing and starring in your adaptation. That's ambitious.
Are you afraid people will say you're doing this play to battle the impression that you're a washed-up comic strip character? Absolutely not. That's why 20 years ago I said no to Birdman 4.
Boil the man's law.
Thank you, everybody.
You do boil the man's law.
Now you're about to destroy what's left of your career. We should have done that reality show they offered us.
Shut up.
I'm gonna grab up when you're gonna fucking choke you out.
You know I'm right.
You're so annoying.
Hey, what's up? Why don't you try to rest a little bit?
Face it, Dad. You're doing this because you're scared to death, like the rest of us, that you don't matter. And you know what? You're right. You don't.
Baby, can you understand me now? Sometimes I get a little mad. Don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, they seem to go bad.
Listen to me.
I'm just a
You were the original man. Let's make a comeback. That's what I'm talking about. You're Birdman. You are a god.
Hey! Is this for real or are you shooting a film?
A film!
You people are full of shit.
Music.
He's a Hollywood clown in a lycra bird suit.
Yes, he is. But he's going out on that stage and risking everything.
It's about being respected and validated. Remember, that's what you told me. That's how you got me into this shit.
I got a chance to do something right. I gotta take it. Let's go back one more time and show them what we're capable of. Birdman! There you go, you motherfucker.
Hey, don't be a dick. Let me get an autograph. Dude, you fucking rock.
NBC told the Wrap Thursday that it has renewed Chris D'Elia's vehicle Undateable for a second season. The sophomore run will have 10 episodes, 3 fewer than in the first season. Undateable premiered in May to the top rating for a summer comedy in 5 years, 1.3, and the most viewers in 7 years, 3.9 million. That said, those would be soft numbers any other time of the year, and there have been many comedies launched this summer. Since the debut, the comedy's numbers have tailed off a bit, and they're really just okay even for summer. According to most current Nielsen ratings, Undateable has an average 3.3 million viewers in its 9 p.m. Thursday time slot. At 9:30, it received 3.1 million. The series averaged a 1.2 and 1.1 in the key 18 to 49 demographic ratings, respectively. Still, clearly, NBC is at least semi-optimistic about the future of the multi-camera sitcom, though it's unclear when the network will slot the show's return. Undateable follows Danny Burton, played by D'Elia, a 30-something single bro who has lost most of his friends to serious relationships. He finds a new group of friends and a roommate at a local bar. What his friends lack in game, Danny lacks in an ability to connect with people emotionally. Dalia, who also starred in Whitney, and executive producer Bill Lawrence, who produced Scrubs, tweeted the news of the return of the second season of Undateable. Fox News correspondent Sean Hannity fired back at comedian Russell Brand, who called Hannity childish, rude, and unreasonable a day earlier for screaming down a Palestinian-American guest while defending his position on the Gaza-Israel conflict. Hannity said during a segment on Wednesday before showing a clip of Brand sympathizing with Hamas fighting tactics, "Not funny. I feel so bad that Russell doesn't like my style of interviewing. Unfortunately, this out-of-work actor didn't stop at stylistic critiques. Russell, if you're watching, and I'm sure you will, take a close look at your TV because I need to educate you because you're kind of dumb and ignorant." Hannity proceeded to flash the Hamas declaration to liberate Israel and reveal a three-persons panel to help him pile on Brand, who they describe as a doofus and a skanky meth coat that sounds funny when he talks. They did, however, agree with Brand's observation that Hannity looked a lot like the Ken doll from Toy Story 3. Brand, who has regularly roasting media personalities on his web series The Truths, took issue with Hannity's one-sided approach to analyze issues. Brand said he's not interested in truth. Sean Hannity is only interested in pushing a perspective. Brand mocked, "I didn't take a job on Fox News because I'm interested in progress. I'm interested in shouting and pointing and simplifying things." Fox Business News correspondent Dagan McDowell took advantage of the discussion topic to criticize other Hollywood stars, including Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz, for condemning Israel's attacks on Gaza. McDowell asked, to get back to these celebrities that are pro-Palestine and increasingly anti-Israel, why don't they go after Hamas? Why don't they tell Hamas to stop using hospitals as command centers and use civilian sites for military purposes? Because they increasingly sound just like Russell Brand, like they're drinking cocktails of stupidity and bigotry. Khloe Kardashian got into a heated argument online with Adrienne Bailon, who is the ex-girlfriend of her brother Rob Kardashian, on Wednesday via Twitter. Khloe first retweeted Kim's comments on the social media, which read, "So sad when people try to kick my brother when he is down. #family forever." Funny how she says being with a Kardashian hurts her career, yet the only reason she has this article is because she is talking about a Kardashian. The youngest Kardashian sister then added some thoughts of her own. She and her brother Rob are very close. He even moved in with her temporarily during her marriage to Lamar Odom. Khloe wrote, "Though her and I were cool, SMH for scratching my head, Adrienne has a lot of nerve to talk shit about Rob when he is obviously dealing with shit." Another fan asked whether Kim was shading Bailon, to which Khloe responded, "Don't think it was a secret. For sure, don't kick my brother while he's down." The Kardashian family's public defense of Rob comes one day after the reveal of Bailon's no-holds-barred interview in the September 14 issue of Latina magazine. In the piece, the former Disney Channel star slammed her ex Rob for cheating on her and said briefly starring on Keeping Up with the Kardashians actually worked against her in the long run. Bailon said, "To be stuck with that Kardashian label, that was so hurtful to me and to my career. He strategically planned things out so that he could cheat on me, and that to me was so disloyal." And finally, congratulations to Grammy Award-winning singer and composer Alicia Keys and her husband, rap producer Swizz Beatz. They're expecting their second child together, and the singer made the announcement via Instagram on Thursday with a cutest picture of her bump. The Grammy-winning musician, who's already a mom to 3-year-old Egypt, shared the adorable picture of herself, 33, and her husband, 35, cradling her blossoming belly as they celebrate their 4th wedding anniversary. The Empire State of Mind singer wrote, "Happy anniversary to the love of my life, at The Real Swiss, and to make it even sweeter, we've been blessed with another angel on the way. You make me happier than I have ever known. Here's to many, many more years of the best parts of life." Last year, Keys admits her and Beats' path to love was not straightforward. The singer told Marie Claire UK, "Honestly, I didn't really like him that much. I thought he was too ostentatious." But after refusing to work together many times, Keys eventually gave in and discovered she'd been too quick to judge the handsome music producer. She said of her husband, who she married on the French island of Corsica in 2010, "I think we taught each other a lot. He taught me to live more fully, and I think I've taught him to live more deeply. So congratulations to them. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, July 31st, 2014. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, and on Twitter @The Enter Report. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye.